Hello there. I've had some trouble getting in my Bible consistently and really outside of like Psalms and Proverbs. So we're starting in 1 Samuel and join with me. This is 1 Samuel 1. So we have some characters. I'm looking at my Bible here too, if you want to look with me. So we have some characters here. We have Elkanah, we have Hannah, we have Peninnah and Eli. So Elkanah has 2 wives. Also, he's kind of a little bit self-centered. Like when Hannah wants this son, she goes to him and he's like, I think I got cut off there, but he's like, am I not a good husband? And she doesn't feel heard. So she goes to Eli the priest. She also talks about her sister wife, essentially, because it's also Elkanah, wife Peninnah. And she probably is a teenager, but she's acting like a little teenage brat, and she terrorizes Hannah and for wanting a son too. And so she goes to Eli. He makes some assumptions when she's at the temple and thinks that she's drunk, and he's the priest. And so anyways, he ends up listening to her and then exercising his authority as priest to pray on her behalf. But I was left with some questions after this, because Hannah is eventually granted a son, but was it Hannah's faith or Eli's authority and faith that made a difference? I think it's a combination. It was Hannah's honesty and her faith, and it was also Eli going to the Lord on her behalf and saying, hey, this woman's hurting. She wants a son. There's also something else, like this verse about she pleaded, Lord of armies, if you will take notice of your servant's affliction, remember and do not forget me, and give your servant a son. I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and his hair will never be cut. We won't talk about the hair part because I'm still unpacking that. But the fact she calls out to the Lord of armies, I think she chooses that name because she needs protection from Peninnah, who's this awful person in her life day in and day out. And also her husband, who he loves her, I'm sure, but I don't think he knows how to look past himself, because a real husband that loves you selflessly would have prayed on your behalf. I think in the same way that Eli went to the Lord for her, So anyways, she ends up getting this son that she prayed for. And basically what was given to her, she offered back to God. This is in verse 26. Please, my Lord, as surely as you live, I am the woman who stood here beside you praying to the Lord, prayed for this boy, and since the Lord gave me what I asked him for, I now give the boy to the Lord. For as long as he lives, he is given to the Lord. Then he worshiped the Lord there. And I think that's beautiful. She gave back what God gave to her. But my biggest takeaway was more yes, my Bible has this thing and it talks about how she was bowed in worship, but really, I guess my takeaway is we have permission to make big, audacious requests of God for ourselves and on the behalf of others, and it does make a difference. Our faith and how we worship makes a difference.